Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with a new series for a new game, Rise of Industry. Came out a couple weeks ago. I am trying to expand my channel into different genres such as business and logistical simulations. If you guys have any suggestions for anything, let me know. This is a pretty cool game that came out, like I said, recently. It's got pretty good reviews on Steam. I did a first look at it a week or two ago when it first came out. And I've been playing periodically. I got about 30 hours in, so I have some knowledge of the game and how it works, and much better understanding than I did when I did that first look, for sure. So I'm going to focus in on, for this series, I'm going to start focusing on this area of the map here. You almost have to select where you want to focus. I'm going to try to create an apple smoothie empire in this series. Why am I trying to create an apple smoothie empire? Well, I think with this game, the map a lot of times dictates what you're going to do, or I think it gives you a lot of options to do it, but you have to sort of go with the map in certain areas, wherever you want to go. I like to focus in on the major city, the biggest city first, I guess, because it has the biggest market. So Stardon here is the biggest market, it looks like. And it's also pretty close to Didbury Gate, so I like to try to grab two if I can right away. Two cities that I will have influence in. You can't. It's tough to go into a lot of them. I started this. This is a medium, normal level game, which you start with $10 million total balance. Beginner level, you can start at 25 million, and it'd probably be easier as beginner to. You can probably go into like a bunch of different cities, spread yourself a little bit further across the map. Difficult, I guess that's 5 million that you start with, and with that you really just have to focus in on one specific area to start. But I'm focusing on Stardon. It's got the biggest market, it's got the most options. Starting with this map, if you look at the cities, in the cities they'll have things like farmers markets, hardware stores, places where you're going to do business. Let's see what else. And they also have a diner here. Those are the three big places of business. Wholesalers, that's where you can buy resources if you need to. And I think I was looking at the other game where they had sort of set up farms in and around the city. You can get closer to the city if you are going through wholesale. But it does cost more. But I'm not going to do wholesale, so I'm going to do my own industrial setup. So hardware is a big one, farmer's market. Usually every city has a farmer's market. But then there's another store like hardware, and the big city might have a second store like diners, and then others will come as the city grows. Looking down at Didbury Gate, scroll down here, they also have their farmers market, and they have a wholesaler. Every city I think has a wholesaler, and they have a hardware store. That's unique. That's not for every city. So 2 hardware stores to start off. And then actually a lot of these other areas do have hardware stores too. I think I was looking at Kindle Bank a little bit. Do they have a hardware store? They do have a hardware store right there. Farmers market, wholesaler. Alright, so I was thinking I would go industrial on this map and try to do hardware. But actually, because there's another hardware store there. There's a ton of hardware stores on this map. And hardware is going to be probably a secondary industry for me. But what I really started to pay attention to when I looked at the prices in Stardon, the best thing to do, I was looking at the hardware store to see, so farmer markets, let's just compare prices real quick. Farmer's market, these things are like a couple thousand when you make a sale. So they're not a lot of money to start off with. Hardware store, 36,000 for fabric. That's pretty big, right? That's the biggest one. So I was going to go fabric route there, and actually, I was going to create berry plantations, create dye with cotton, and end up going into hardware, or into fabrics. So, like right here, if you have manufacturing, you have dye and cotton are required. Click on dye. You need water and berries. You can't go back. Cotton, you need water. So I was going to probably try to start that empire up, but then I looked at the diner. And the diner actually has the most valuable products here. So if you're selling orange soda to the diner, 136,000. Orange juice, 165,000, which is actually the best one. Orange marmalade, So oranges are going to be pretty well. We're going to do oranges as well. But apple smoothie just sounds funny, I think. So I'm trying to get some people to click on these videos and this new series that I'm starting here. So I'm going Apple Smoothie Empire as the title, but I will be doing Orange Marmalade. Orange Marmalade Empire. I just feel like if you're on YouTube, you're not going to click on Orange Marmalade Empire, but you're more likely to click on Apple Smoothie Empire. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Feel free to comment on that down in the comments below. Of these four, and then orange juice is really valuable. Of these four, I figured Apple Smoothie is the most likely for people to actually click on and watch. So that's why I went with Apple Smoothie Empire as the title. And we're going to try to get Apple Smoothies going. It's going to take a while. Not just going to go right into Apple Smoothies. I could, if I wanted to go wholesale, but I'm going to develop a large business infrastructure, and I'm going to try to become like sort of like an empire kind of here. Business empire. Apple Smoothie Empire. I don't know if there's other diners around here. If there are other diners, I could sell my apple smoothies there. And the waterways would eventually give me access to them, but I don't have it right away. And the other thing that's preventing me from doing an immediate Apple Smoothie Empire is that I'm playing on career mode. If you play free, whatever, free mode, free campaign mode, then you could probably just write up and start your Apple Smoothie Empire. But if you're playing this career mode, you got to deal with this tech tree. And the tech tree will hold you back. You can focus, you can specialize on different things, gathering, farming, industry, or logistics. Preview the tech tree here, and you can see the different things you can get. I haven't focused on anything yet, so I don't have any research development points. But when I do focus on something, it will give me research development points. And early on in the game, research development points are probably more important than money, I'm going to say, because it eventually gets you to the places you want to go. You start off in Tier 1, and everything is basically locked if you're playing career mode. So you can choose your specialization, and that will sort of kickstart you on a way down one of these trees. You'll get 1 research development for each category, and then 3 for the one that you choose. And once you get 3 things unlocked in each tier, then all these things spend 3 more points in this tier to unlock these passive bonuses, and these are nice bonuses to get right away. But you can only really get 1 to start. Alright, but the more you do something, the more experience you have in doing something, the more experience you have farming, the more experience you have in industry or logistics, the more research and development points you gain. Alright, I didn't know that in the first look thing that I did a couple weeks ago. So just to clarify that, for those of you who haven't watched this game yet, I am going to choose my specialization, and because we're going Apple Smoothie Empire, I'm going to start with farming. Farming right off the bat. Now, some people might like to start with lumber yards, because they're pretty cheap. You can actually probably sell those directly to the hardware store. Just lumber. You could just send wood right from the lumber yard to the hardware store. That could be pretty good, but you're not going to make a lot of money with that. Alright, instead I'm going to go with developing sort of an agricultural infrastructure. And one thing you need for agricultural first is water. So let's go in here. We're going to need access to water, and we'll need the water siphon for that. So we have 1 research development point for gathering, and we're going to unlock water siphons right there. Boom. Alright, so we only got 1, so we're not going to get there right away. But the more we transport water around, the more research development points we're going to get. So the more experience your company has doing something, the better it gets, the more efficient it gets, basically. And then we'll be able to unlock different things. I'll probably want to unlock this thing, because then I'll get more harvesters. And I'll show you harvesters. Well, we already looked at harvesters in the last one. But I think I also am going to want a lumber yard, too, as part of this Apple Smoothie Empire. We'll need that. We'll need the lumber to create the cartons to put the apple smoothies into. Alright, so the lumber will create wood, which we'll send to the paper mill, which will then create cardboard, which will then, I think we have to unlock it. We will use the cardboard to make cartons, and the carton is where the apple smoothies are going, as well as the other orange marmalade and the orange juice and everything else that we're going to be pumping in, hopefully. So yeah, I was going to go industry big early on in this one, but I'm not. because I was going to go paper mill and textile factory right away, because I'm going to do a secondary fabric producing industry to sort of work my way up to the orange or apple smoothie empire. So instead I'm going to focus on farming to start, and this is what we did our specialization in, so therefore we get 3 points to start. So I'm going to start with plantations. I can't do orchards. That's another thing. This is why the tree is sort of slowing me down. If it was a free game, I could go right to the orchards, start making apples, start making apple smoothies. But no, I have to work my way down to the orchards. And to do that, that's one of the reasons, another reason why I chose farming. So I can go work my way down to the orchard. We're going to start with plantation. Plantations can produce berries and cotton. And those are both vital ingredients in the fabric producing industry. We need berries and cotton to create dye. Let me just show you that real quick, the fabric industry that I'm talking about here. So we're gonna make fabrics on the way to making apple smoothies. So for fabrics you need dye and cotton. Cotton you can get right at the plantation. Dye you need from the textile factory, and you need berries and water to get you there. All right, so I hope that this is not too hard to follow along with. But here we go. Plantations, we will unlock cotton and berries. Those are both important for our fabric making industry. Also, with the apple smoothies, you need milk. And in order to get milk, you need a livestock farm. But in order to feed the livestock, you need wheat. And wheat is made at the crop farm. Unlock the crop farm first, then we unlock wheat. Boom, we get all three of these passives. Lower initial build costs for fields, lower initial build costs for farms, production speed in fields increased, increased storage for farm 25%, and decreased farm upkeep. That's all beautiful right in there, things that we're going to need. And that's all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to save this industrial point for later to find out where exactly my company's going. And I'm going to save the logistics point. I could build roads quicker, but I don't know how quick these roads are. Truck depot might be something that could be valuable later on if my logistical network gets complicated. And then there's other cool stuff here. Zeppelin field. That looks awesome. I want to get that eventually. Boat depot. Highway or urban road. I don't know what the difference is, but that's coming soon. And again, this is still in early access, so not everything is unlocked. So we're going to start with that for now. Like I said, wheat. Wheat is also available here. All right, we're going to be producing wheat. We're going to start selling it there, and the plantations we're going to build are going to be down in here to sell our berries there, and that will just be enough to pay for our expenses for our upkeep. So we start developing our research and technology to get us to the point where we need to go, get us to the orchard and different industries that we need to create our apple smoothie empire. So these are all steps along the way. So first step is going to be water. Since we're going to be going with farms, we have to get water. Oh, before we do anything, we do have to buy a permit. And I'm going to go ahead and buy a permit from the town. It's the biggest town, and it's probably cost the most if I'm going to get a full build permit here. Other people may have better strategies than this, starting in like a cheaper area. I don't think the initial upkeep costs are that big of a deal, especially when I have 10 million. But if you start in a cheaper area, theoretically, like if I had gone ahead and got my building permit here, that's actually not that cheaper. Sometimes it's cheaper. Sometimes you might want to just do like a logistical permit, so you can build your roads and your warehouses and truck depots in certain areas. And I probably will look for logistical permits elsewhere around the board. But once you start making enough money, I don't think it's going to matter too much to just get the full permit. So I got the permit. Did I do it? Did I get the permit? I didn't get the permit yet. There we go. Let's buy this permit. Region, full business permit. We're going to go 1.1 million. Alright, it's going to be our first expense there. Resources available in this region are fish and lumber wood. There's no oil, or that's another thing I probably should have looked at, because there's oil there. And here there's iron ore. Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is. That's just a random lake. Small pond. So other regions may have other resources. There's oil there, oil there. Different mining resources are available. I'm not seeing too many of them on this map. This is gas. Yeah. So, but once we develop enough money and everything, maybe we can go grab some of those resources. First thing, though, is agricultural upstarts. So we're going for a water siphon. We need that to start with the agriculture. You know what? First, I'm going to build a road, actually. Try to make a straight amount of roads. As many straight roads as possible. We're just going to build this road down this way. Boom. And then get off the road. I want the water siphon thing here. We'll make this a little bit lower so we can get as much land as possible there. I don't want to make it too close because I need to fit the gatherers in there. Put that there. This gatherer will go right there. That one goes right there. And let's build one right there. Okay, so those three will be the water. I mean, typically water will come by pipes, I would think, from a reservoir. But here we're going by trucks. So we need roads, dirt roads, right there, right there. Make sure your roads connect. Make sure there's no line in between there. You have to go over there. If you don't go over on that, sometimes the roads do not connect. These roads look like they're good. Okay, so that's our initial water. I'm actually going to build my plantations close to the city. And the reason why I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to claim land closer to the city. Because there are competitors, but they're not like competitors like, you know, Capitalism 2 type competitors, where you can like buy stocks and stuff in companies. By the way, I'm going to think about doing a series on Capitalism 2. I have Capitalism Plus, and I played that when I was younger. Somebody recommended Capitalism 2. If anyone knows any modern games like that, Capitalism 2 is when you're playing as a company, and you can actually buy and sell stocks of other companies and do hostile takeovers and stuff like that. You can't do that in this game. I think it would be really cool if you could. And I don't know if you could, you know, do market strategy to drive somebody out of business by lowering. You can't really lower your prices or anything. So, you know, that's not available in this game. It would be cool if they had it, but it's not. So I'm gonna build one plantation here. And then we're gonna extend the berry field here. And I'm going to try to build it closer to town to gain access along this road. Occupy as much of the road as possible so that people can't use the road is basically my strategy. I'm going to build another one. Yeah, why don't I build it? No, you know, I want to build it here. Yeah. Keep them away from the forest there. I think they're probably going to end up building stuff here anyways. It'll screw me up slightly, but not completely. Build this down. Build this road down here. We are going to create another plantation. Real quick. Build another plantation. Berry plantation. This is going to be as close to the city as possible, I think. There we go. That'll really slow them down. And I'm just going to occupy this entire row here. No, I can't go that far. Okay. Can I build one here? Or I could build one right there. That makes it look awkward. I was going to put it there, see what happens. Alright, so this is my berry field. I'm going to need another water siphoning plant to run that, because right now I can only get 3 harvesters. And you need about 3 harvesters for a harvester field, I think. Roughly. I mean, things will vary based on production bonuses and stuff like that that happen. But let's go ahead and build this road, extend this road a little bit further down here. where am I going to put my siphon plant? Water siphon plant, I'd say right about there looks good. And we want to do our siphon plants. One right there. One right there. And one right there. Okay, so now we can build a road. That will connect all three. Get out of my face. Yeah, so you see that road does not connect there. You need to make sure that these roads connect. And that will go there. And I might as well extend this road, linking up my infrastructure. So hopefully this will sort of box out the industries from expanding this way. And I'll create more land for me here, because this is really where I want to set up the hub of my empire here. It will give me access to the water. Probably would have been better putting it in the middle, but I like access to this town early on. And we're going for apple smoothies. This is Apple Smoothie Empire game. I'm going to build one more water siphon plant and one more plantation up here in the north. Give a little bit of space. So you have your water siphons right there. Okay. And we'll just start them off right there. Oh, I should have done that on the other side. Alright, we'll just do this. Alright, and here I'm going to build a crop farm. And I'm going to start building wheat, planting wheat, growing wheat. I can't build there. I know. Get off with this. Wheat, again, like I said, is available here. We'll gain trade here. As you trade with other towns and sell stuff to other towns, you gain influence, player influence, and that will give you bonuses. I think I mentioned that before. Also, selling them food and wheat and stuff. I don't know if I know food for sure helps the town to grow. I don't know if just selling them anything helps them to grow. Shops in town. This is an industrial town. That is a question I do not know the answer to. So, crop yard, where are you? There's the farms. Crop farm, right here. I should have made that, that water plant a little bit further from the road, I think. Because I wanted to get a field in there. I can definitely put a field there. Might as well throw one there. I'm going to leave some space there. That looks ugly. I don't think that looks much better. Okay. Alright, so now we have basically all the farms and water that we're going to need. And all our infrastructure to start off with. Now I just have to do destination points. Well, first, this is growing vegetables. I have to change that. We're going to grow wheat. Set to wheat field. Yes. Alright, so that's all growing wheat now. Water siphon destination needs to be to the farm. We're going to crop farm. Okay, crop farm destination. Choose destination. This will be a commercial zone. We're going to Didbury Gate. There it is. 3 trucks assigned. And now that settles that. Off to our own places, our other places here. This destination is going to a farm. First plantation, that's growing berries. Good. This one, destination, is going to be to the other farm. Plantation 2, both growing berries. Now these berries will go to the market. So we'll go to commercial. Farmer's market in Starden. And farmer's market in Starden. And this is basically our startup. Not there. Right there. And that is basically it for our startup here. Let's go ahead and click this. We'll get things rolling. There will be events that go on. It's probably going to take a while for me to get all the research development that I need for everything. Let's get these trucks rolling here first. Oh, see, they're already building. This is our competitors building apple orchards. All right, I don't want to go that fast. All right, so here's our water trucks. Water trucks are on the way from the harvesters to the siphon. Now these water trucks are bringing siphoned water to plantation. Plantation will use that water to make berries, and then they'll send their trucks into the cities. This apple orchard already started. That's my apple smoothie competition. But these roads did force them. I should have built an orchard or field there, because that would have. If I built the field right there, it would have made a much more difficult move for them. All right, so that's that. Planning is probably pretty important in this game. Again, I don't have a ton of experience, but this is where we start. Here we have our income statement for the month. We spent a lot on building construction. Vehicle upkeep is only 4,000. There is our building upkeep for the month. We just got into February. So building upkeep for the month of February. All our buildings cost us $34,000. And our vehicles cost us about $4,000. And that, we just made our first sale for $5,000. So we need our sales to be above that. You do want to pay attention to the prices, because the prices will fluctuate. Right now, berries are looking stable. And wheat is dropping. So we're stuck with wheat. There's not many options I could do with wheat. But having two different cities does give you options of where you can sell two different things. Look at these guys already. Plantation. Cocoa plantation. Hopefully they'll stay out of this area. If not, we can always move into here and here for expanding our industry. And I do want to move in this way because I do want to eventually set up, like I said, a port. Maybe somewhere around here. But this is good water that we have access in the interior. You need to find a water lake if you're going to do agricultural products for sure. But this is how things are rolling so far. We're going to get to the end of February and see what type of losses we have. Looks like $17,000 loss. You're going to start off with losses early on, I think. Mitigate them as much as possible. Most important thing is that you are in the process of developing research and development. Logistics, they go pretty quickly. Gathering, I got about 10% of the way there now. Farming, it's a little bit longer. That's why I kind of did farming first too, because farming does seem to take the most research points to develop. Or maybe that's just because I chose it as my concentration area. I don't know what the deal is with that. I was gonna go ahead and build a road here anyways, just for infrastructural purposes, to make sure we are all connected. Oh, and they are definitely infringing on my territory here. I can't go to war. This is not a war game. This is a business game. This is not geopolitical simulator or anything like that. Alright, and that's my first startup. This is our... we have competing industries here and here. Our plantations are there, and a crop farm there, as well as with water siphons. The thing about these industries, they don't need water siphons for some reason. I guess maybe there's wells that they're using. Wells or something... That's later on along in the logistical or the gathering chain. Water well right there. I don't know. It's not fair. These competitors can't. They're not using water. They don't need water for their crops. It's just magically growing, like, you know, some magic beanstalk beans or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, this is our agricultural startup. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the game? Do you like the strategy, the layout? I can't tilt the screen, I don't think. I wish I could tilt it. I can rotate it. Give you different views there. But I think we're stuck with this tilt. It would be cool if I could tilt down. I can zoom in pretty close. I thought there was a way. This zooms out. No way to zoom. No way to tilt it yet. If you look at the preview for this game, it looks like you could tilt it. And it ends up making it look really cool when you get down and you tilt it close. But you can see these trucks come. There's got to be a way to tilt it. If anybody knows, post in the comments. Alright, so that's about half an hour here. That's my setup. That's my plan. This is what I have going. It's going to take probably a year or two before I develop the next phase of industry. I hope that the next patch doesn't come out before I get to the next game, or before I get to the Apple Teenies. Apple Smoothies, sorry. Appletinis. Yeah, so hope the next patch doesn't come out. I'm gonna try to do a couple in a row here, maybe. And maybe I can beat the next update. Anyways, feel free to like the video if you did. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want to see more? Do you want to see any other type of logistical or business simulation on this channel? Because I am thinking, like I said, I want to expand. I did get Transoceanic Shipping 2, and I'm going to probably look into playing that sometime soon. And I was thinking about maybe just finding some logistical games with cool music that I could just play without any audio. If you guys be interested in that. That way I can pump out more videos on a weekly basis. I can probably do that like daily basis. I don't have to do the audio, but I'll still do audio videos with GPS4, this and other ones. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.